I don't remember last time we had this guy in studio.
It's been a while.
It has been a while. Maybe a year ago? 2 years ago?
No, I actually think I walked in when Hugh was besmirching my name at some point.
Now I remember.
Yeah.
This was about the push-ups? You guys
Besmirch is so strong.
You never had the push-up competition?
No, we didn't.
No, we didn't. Because Hugh is afraid of me. His
I mean, if that's the story we want to go to, I mean, I'm here right now, though.
You want to do some push-ups?
I mean, you can do some push-ups.
I ever tell you about the time, Spike, that Hugh was doing some
you ain't got to tell that story.
Abdominal exercises in the studio and he fell?
Been busting my whole entire chin.
I heard a huge noise over there. I was like, what? Are you all right? Just fell down. All right. Spike is with us not for push-ups or exercises. He's here to talk about the NBA trade deadline. So it's tomorrow. And Spike, before we get to the Giannis thing, we were just discussing before you came in the show today how they've surprised most people and how they feel, to me, like they're worth investing something in. And before the season, I would have said, nah, this is just one of those years you kind of just play it out. Whatever happens, happens. I would invest to try to help push them along. Where are you in the idea of investing or, hey, this is a nice year, don't mess it up, don't trade away anything of the future?
I think I would probably safely invest.
Okay.
Here's like, they shouldn't detract. My worry is not that they won't invest.
That they will.
My worry is that to avoid the luxury tax, they will trade Andre Drummond. And as small a thing as that is, you're not winning a championship or not winning a championship because of Andre Drummond, but it could cost you 3 games or 2 games, and then that could put you in the 7th seed, and then all of a sudden you're in the play-in and not in the first round of the playoffs, and then all of a sudden you're not in the playoffs because you lose 2 games. So, I don't know. I guess I don't know what the price is to really upgrade them, but my concern is that they will detract, and I think that would be the worst thing.
Yeah, so I would be against that too.
Yeah.
Especially because things have happened that I didn't anticipate. Like, I've liked Maxey, and we all have for a while. He's jumped up to be an all-star starter, right? He's leveled up.
Yep.
Edgecombe is better at 19, 20 years old than anyone could have anticipated.
Yep.
And Joel Embiid is playing good basketball. Like, all 3 of those things, I just feel like it would be not fair to those guys, especially Maxey of all of them, to subtract from the team.
Yes. Yeah. Now, as far as adding for them, the reason that I'm not so... that I'm not in line with you that they should add is that I look at the roster and I say to myself, if Embiid playing at this level and Maxey playing at this level, and we assume Paul George will be back and playing at the fine level he was playing at, and Edgecombe's playing at this level, and all of those players that they have are not enough to beat a good team in the playoffs, then that's a problem anyway.
Sure.
So I think their roster is enough to, if everyone is as good as we think they are, to get to the Eastern Conference Finals or something. So I don't think they need to add.
I'm kind of curious, Spike. How confident are you in Joel Embiid's health moving forward when we're talking about possibly making a run for the playoffs?
Not at all. Not even a little bit. Yeah, I think you would be crazy to be confident in it. Anyone who's confident in it is just like insane, or they're
hoping,
or they're emotional or hoping. But there's nothing in history that would suggest to you that you should feel good about it. I suppose it could happen, right? But I'm not confident in it at all.
All right, so let's jump to the biggest name out there, if he's going to get moved, is Giannis Antetokounmpo. So we have a graphic up here, and it's very crowded on one side of the graphic and very lonely on the other. So the two sides are to Giannis, and the pictures I see there are of you and of Ike Reese, and then it's the no keep VJ side, and we're all crammed in there, everybody else. So with everything you just said, why? Why are you in on trading for Giannis? Because my thing is this. Giannis is a great player. One of the best we've seen in the NBA for a long time. I don't think that they can go win the title in the next year or two. So I can't cash in VJ now to go and not win the title anyway.
So if you don't think they can win you think Maxey is great, right? Great player.
Yeah.
If you don't think the combination of Maxey and at worst, the third best player in the NBA can be the core of a team to go win a championship, then you should trade Maxey too. That you should get off of everyone, because how are you going to win a championship ever? VJ's never going to be as good as Giannis is now.
Well, agreed on that.
I mean, never.
Yeah. Most players are never as good as Giannis.
Yeah, to bet that he'll be a top 15 or 20 player of all time is not. So if you don't think the combination of Maxey and Giannis can take you to a championship, then what are you hoping happens? That VJ becomes Michael Jordan?
Well,
I don't
not
understand.
Jordan, but I do think there's a world where he becomes some sort of Andre Iguodala, Jimmy Butler kind of player.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
So Maxey and an Andre Iguodala type player is going to win you a championship?
No, but not just that. I mean, you also then have the Clippers pick and more things down the line to use to get a third player.
To maybe get a player as good as Giannis maybe at some point.
But we're also subtracting our third best player on this team to go get a different first best player, right?
VJ's not the third best player on this team.
Who's the third best player?
Paul George is a better player than VJ is right now.
He was on that deer antler, though, man. Do that count?
What's that?
He was on that deer antler.
Well, look, he'll be back eventually.
The fact that you said, well.
Yeah.
The
he
other
was
thing,
on something.
I'm not quite sure that Giannis is going to still be this good of a player into his 30s. I mean, he's played 1 million minutes. He has calf injuries now. Are you sure, should the Sixers be sure, that the next 3 to 5 years of Giannis are close to as good as the last 10? I'm not.
I'm just going to go back one step.
Okay.
Or 2 steps to where we started this conversation. Yeah. The object is to win a championship, right?
Yes.
Okay. So do you think VJ Edgecombe, like if you had to bet, is he ever going to be good enough to be the best player on an NBA champion team?
Probably not. There's so few of those players.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
And we would agree that Tyrese Maxey is probably not good enough to be the best player on a championship team.
Probably not, but that idea isn't as crazy as it felt 2 years ago.
Right, but he's like, what, the 13th best player in the NBA?
Yeah,
12th?
yeah.
Okay, that's not good enough, right? So I just need to know.
Yeah.
Okay, you have this Clippers pick, which is coming in 2028, and then and that's 2 years from now, and then you will be 2 more years into Maxey's prime, and then that player that you draft with that pick will be a rookie, so that player won't be good enough to lead you to a championship.
Or you could trade that pick for a different Giannis, like a different version of the player that we're talking about now, next year's best player available. It doesn't have to be Giannis.
Okay, so who?
Well, I don't know. I mean, but this happens. You know, this happens every year in the NBA.
Yes, but what is the path? I don't understand the path. You can't wait for, if you wait for the superstar that is 27 and doesn't have any injuries and is also one of the 3 best players in the league, they're not available for trade.
Right, but if you make this mistake, you're done. I mean, they're done. If Giannis takes a step back and the Sixers trade for him, the Sixers are done.
What if VJ never becomes better than Victor Oladipo?
Well, that's the calculus, right? Are you betting on VJ's next 5 years or Giannis's next 5 years?
What is the best case scenario for VJ Edgecombe?
Dwayne Wade.
Okay. How many championships has Dwayne Wade won as the best player on his team?
1.
Well, probably 0.
Well, I think he was better than Shaq in 06, but it won. 1 or 0.
Yeah, okay. Right. And that was with Shaq and with LeBron.
Yeah.
Okay, so again, we're still in the same place. His best case scenario is Dwayne Wade, a Hall of Famer, who needed Shaq and LeBron to win a championship.
Totally. But Giannis isn't a guarantee either. I mean, like
nothing's a guarantee, big boy.
I know. We got the jolly drop, the big boy. I know that. But this feels like there is no path out if you get Giannis and he declines. There's no path out. You're stuck with Giannis. They're going to have to pay him into his 30s. You're stuck with Embiid. You're stuck. I mean, George would go in the deal. You're kind of just stuck then for a 1 or 2 year window. Also, you would need Embiid to stay healthy, and we all said we're not.
I don't think you do.
What, you think Maxey and Giannis and Paul George? Well, Paul George goes in the deal. So Maxey and Giannis and
you still have all those draft picks you were so happy to have.
Yeah,
right?
but I mean for this year.
So
Maxey.
I'm not so worried about this year. I'm worried about next year.
So you would do it for next year?
I would do it for next. This year's a bonus, right? And everyone always says, well, tell me the team that traded for a big player at the deadline and won a championship. And then I would say, well, tell me the team that traded for the 3rd best player in the NBA, at the deadline. It doesn't usually happen. There's not a lot of...
Yeah, I'm less confident than you that he's going to remain the 3rd best player for very long. I mean, he has calf issues. He's played 1 million minutes.
And when you get older, you don't get healthier. You tend to break down as you get older.
Sure, he's averaging 28, 10, and 5 this year or something.
The Giannis thing reminds me of when Garnett went to the Celtics.
And they won a championship.
But there's a difference here.
Which is?
Paul Pierce. You want to equate Maxey to Paul Pierce? I think that's fair.
Paul Pierce was what? But
Ray Allen was reliable, and Joel Embiid is not. Like, you still need more pieces.
Okay, but Joel Embiid's better than Ray Allen was at the time.
Well, I guess I'll end it with this. It would be like the Sixers. Like, would you have traded Iguodala for Garnett in 08? People probably said yes.
You would have said yes.
But it wouldn't have worked for the Sixers. It worked for the Celtics. Like, it's got to align. This doesn't align.
Unfortunately for you, all you have are the reasons why it won't work.
Yes.
But you don't have a plan to make it work.
Well, I mean, I don't want to do it, so why would I have that plan?
No. You don't have an alternate plan to make it work.
My alternate plan is Maxey.
So you're sounding
and
like
Edgecombe.
Jolly.
Maxey and Edgecombe is the plan.
Okay,
that's the plan. And wait for the picks. Wait for the cap space.
So Maxey and Edgecombe,
yes.
and then wait for 2029.
Yes.
This is a great plan. Well, Maxey's contract will be over by then.
Well, no,
or 2030 or whatever.
It could be 28. It could be 29. Well, you could re-sign these people. I mean,
okay. All right.
I mean, do you want to let Maxey walk?
Max money.
No, I'm just saying. I'm saying it's not a good plan. My core belief. I would love to see VJ here for 10 years. I'd love to see him. My core belief is that Maxey and VJ is like probably not a championship duo.
But can't you say that about every young duo in the NBA? Most are probably not that.
Yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, then what is that? That's just.
Well, so if you have an opportunity to get the third best player in the league, you should.
Yeah. See, I think that's the heart of our disagreement. Okay. How long he's going to remain this good?
Okay, so who's going to be better quick? Okay, Wemby, right?
Yeah. Well, you can't get him.
Yeah, but who else? Who else is going to be better than him anytime soon?
Well, I'm not even sure he's the third best player today.
Oh, okay.
Well, he's been. How many games has he played this year? 30?
Well, but he's also waiting to get traded.
Probably. I'm not sure how much longer he's this good.
Okay. All right.
I mean, in a year, you think he's definitely the top 5 player? I mean, Jokic and SGA and Wemby are all right there. They're all right there with him.
Well, Jokic is better, right? Jokic is better, and SGA is better?
Yeah.
Okay, that's it.
I mean, Hugh, what do you got on this?
The age thing for me is the Giannis. The age thing is a problem because you're talking about a guy that already has a calf injury, you trade for somebody that's already hurt, and then you're adding him to a team with a guy that's been hurt, that's playing well, and that you're hoping is going to stay healthy enough for you to make a run. That's too much hoping and praying for me.
But there's hoping on the other side.
Of course there is.
Well, yeah. but the other side is the worst thing that can happen with the young guys is they don't turn into something that you want them to be. Yes. But they're healthy enough to actually play. You're talking about, when you talk about Giannis and you talk about Joel Embiid, we're talking about what they've done in the past. And their best basketball for both of them is probably behind them. So we're hoping that they can muster it up for 20 games in the playoffs. You know what you guys are?
You know what you guys are? You're
not
one of these
personal attacks.
No. It's just like before we learned that you could go for it on fourth down, there were coaches like you guys that said, "Oh, what if we don't get it?
Why you got to change our voices like that? Why?
Well, that's the old coach voice.
What if we don't get it?
Why you got to make fun of the way we talk?
What if we don't get the fourth down?
Right, and what if VJ is Dwayne Wade?
What if we don't get it?
These are all what ifs.
Yeah.
All right, before we let you go,
yeah.
If it happened, how do you think Embiid and Giannis fit together?
Pretty easy. I mean,
Giannis doesn't shoot threes.
He doesn't, but Embiid does.
Yeah.
And I think Giannis can operate more at a. Giannis is a very good passer, and you can run the offense through him, not as a point guard, but sort of like a point guard, the way that the Warriors do with Draymond Green. Yeah. And I just think that there are enough two big lineups in the NBA right now. Like you mentioned Denver, they have Aaron Gordon and Nikola Jokic. Cleveland has a two big lineup with Mobley and Jared Allen. And I just think as long as one of them can shoot, and as long as one of them can dribble, I think you're fine.
What's your guess? Where is he moving? And if he goes, where's he go?
My guess is that he's not getting traded.
That's what it feels like right now.
Until the offseason.
It feels like they're not getting anything substantial for him.
The New York thing doesn't make any sense to me because they don't have anything to trade. The Minnesota thing doesn't make any sense to me because they don't really have anything to trade.
Golden State has
picks. They can trade 4 picks and I think 2 swaps or something.
And Draymond's contract, I guess.
And Draymond's contract and Kuminga, I guess, would make it happen. So but then there's, Jake Fisher was saying that maybe Giannis wouldn't be thrilled to go to Golden State because they're so old. So I have no idea. So,
all right.
Yeah. And Miami, I guess, could be a factor.
They're always a team that is kind of involved in this. All right, Spike, we appreciate it.
All right, you guys are wrong. You guys are wrong.
There's a reason the graphic is so light on one side and so heavy on the other.
Well, every once in a while you need people brave enough to be on the other side.
I agree with that.
So you're on an island with this one, huh?
That's not Joe.
Never me. I'm always with everybody else. All right, thank you, Spike. There he goes. Spike Eskin.